US indices opened the week on a strongly bullish note with a gap up opening. Yes, with the confirmation of a trade deal between US and China getting announced, the indices rallied strong, and yes, Germany 40 and Footsie 100 were not far behind as well. So what to expect now? Can we expect the rally to continue today, and can we expect the rally here to sustain throughout the week? What is should be our strategy in order to profit trading the S&P 500, Nasdaq and Dow, Germany 40 and Footsie 100? In this one update, we will try to find out the levels at which we can take a trade with profit. And yes, we will also find out the reason behind a particular level. So yes, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, press the bell icon. This is the first update. The next update will be released before the US session. Do not miss to watch it. Do like, share, and comment. Your every like, comment, share is a great motivation. Join the free Telegram channel for live market updates and join the channel memberships here on YouTube to support the effort. Let's start first with the US indices S&P, Nasdaq Dow, followed with Germany 40 and Indian Footsie 100. Watch till the end. See, S&P gave a gap up here, and with that gap, it is looking upwards, staying bullish. And now, once you see, also notice it has come towards the next milestone at 574050. And now, once you see it is staying beyond 5750, you can stay bullish for 57. 685786 and then 5800 levels possible. Yes, these levels are quite likely possible. Remember, the S&P has consolidated enough here. It is giving a breakout, and hence this run might continue here for a while. Moving averages are looking bullish, and now see it has formed a very good support at 5640. Remember, the entire last week I have mentioned, as long as 5580 is not taken, do not treat S&P as bearish. What has happened with the support at 5580? We have seen a stronger rally here. Stochastic getting overbought. MACD is trading bullish. The indicators are just entering into a slight overbought zone, but that is a smaller time frame. That is hourly charts. Look at the 2 hour charts. One see, after a gap up, it has tried to erase some of the gains. It is now bouncing back, and now once it breaches past 575052, you can stay bullish. Though notice it is outside Bollinger Bands, and hence it is getting, you can say, a bit sticky on the upside. Also, these are the markets. The US markets are not yet open. When the spot markets open later in the day with the US session, certainly you can expect the volatility to be there. The support at 55 5640 now pretty strong. With that as support, it is rising, which is a good sign for the bulls. Stochastic overbought, MACD bullish, RSI rising. On the 3 hour chart, similar indication. Notice symmetrical candles here, and now it is trying to break out. I'll wait for the next candle, and with the next candle, if it stays beyond 5750, you can expect the bulls to be active there. You can expect 5768, 57865, 5800 levels. While on the downside, till 5720 levels, do not enter a sell position. Below 5720, you can expect 5700. The next support 5680, 5660, 5640. Till 5640, we have greater supports for the S&P here. Stochastic is rising. The MACD and RSI both are rising. So on the bigger time frames, on the 3 hour 4 hour time frames, it appears S&P has a long way to go on the upside. Look at the 4 hour charts. After consolidating, trying to break out, if you connect the dots here, this is how it has been trading: higher lows and higher highs. Where are the highs of this channel? Towards 5840, 5850 zone, which is quite likely possible. Yes, the indicators are on looking upwards and staying bullish. Coming to the daily, on the daily charts, my only worry point is the gap which is left here towards 5660, 5640 zone. And it is not that it is going to achieve this today, it is going to bridge this today, but yes, it might try to attempt to fill this gap sooner. Moving averages crossing over here is a very good sign for the bulls, and also this crossover is appearing after a long time, which confirms further up move. Now notice on the upside, now 5786, 5800 should offer the first resistance. 5840, 5850 should be the next. And if these two levels are taken, we are aiming at 6000 levels here. Be mindful, else what's happening? See the drop, the retracement, and then the bigger drop, the retracement. If this zone is taken, that is 5786, 5800 and 5840, you should say that this is a reversal. Possibly it might try to achieve higher highs here. There is a possibility to it. Stochastic is rising. The MACD already at peak here. And notice, if you see S&P here for the last few years, you can find out on the daily charts the MACD reverses from this zone, and this makes this zone as very critical for S&P. It is trading slightly overbought. RSI rising. So looking at this, I'll recommend you to buy here at 5750 levels. Expect 5768, 5770 levels. 57, 68, 70 should be a good resistance, then 57, 86, 85 should be there, then 5800. Now this zone between 57, 85, 86 to 5800 is very very crucial for S&P. Breaking beyond this, the direct landing is towards 5840. Though notice we have a gap left here on the downside, and there could be an attempt, if not today then possibly with the inflation data, we could see S&P attempting to bridge the gap here. And thus on the downside I will recommend now a selling entry at 5720 only. There is a wide gap now between 5720 and 5750 levels here, and yes, you can sell at 5732 as well, but then 5720 is the most critical level. Below 5720 is where you can see bearishness towards 5695, 5678, and then 5660. If that is 5660 is taken, I think this is the point of time you can confirm the reversal in S&P, and you can expect more bearishness to prevail, chances for which appears to be less. Take your trades accordingly. Let's move to Nasdaq 100. Now Tech 100 on the hourly chart, see, after giving a strong gap up here, it is rallied strong, and now you can see a bit of exhaustion here in Tech 100, though it is showing higher lows, but it is also showing lower highs. Thus once it trades beyond 20,480, you can initiate a buying entry. Expect it to move towards 2540, 600, 660, and then 2700 levels. Beyond 2700, it is going to lend towards 20,800, and then 20,950 should appear possible. Yes, it is giving a breakout, and it might continue with that, though I can see a gap there left far below, and yes, the bulls getting exhausted. That is what is something you should keep a note of. But also you should notice, and see, this is a smaller time frames. On the hourly chart, certainly it appears slightly overbought, but also notice it is still trading bullish with the support at 20,000 now. The stochastic overbought, the MACD extremely bullish here, RSI slightly overbought. So on the hourly chart, certainly it is getting slightly overbought. Look at the 2 hour charts. See, it is consolidated here. Now if it gives you a breakout, it is going to be a massive one. Be mindful of this. It is outside Bollinger Bands, putting the pressure on the bands to expand, and thus once it trades beyond 2480, you can expect more bullishness to prevail. Moving averages looking upwards, stochastic overbought, MACD and RSI both are rising. And on the 3 hour, the observation is more or less same. It is outside Bollinger Bands, and hence it is finding it difficult to trade beyond. But yes, also notice after this move is appearing after a bit of consolidation, so you can expect similar size of move which might take the prices higher. How high? See, if it stays beyond 20,500, 600, certainly the next targets are going to be towards 20,800, 950. The stochastic, MACD, RSI all are rising. On the smaller time frames, still having lot much of bullishness left. And on the 4 hour charts, we have similar observations. See, after a gap up, first bullish candle, a pullback candle, and now it is putting the pressure on the bands to expand. Notice this candle, then this sideways move. Now the next move is going to be further big. Be mindful of this. Indicators are showing an up move here. On the daily chart, on the daily charts, we have similar observation here. See this, and now it is waiting for a breakout. The candle could be big here. The candle could take it towards the highs here. Be mindful of this. And see, the moving average is crossing over here, makes it a very strong sign for the further bullishness here. And thus, at least now on the daily charts, 19,500 has become a very very strong base for Tech 100 to breach beyond. Now notice it is also trading beyond this, which is a good sign, and which suggests that the next targets are going to be all the way towards 20,700 possibly, and in fact 20,800 is also possible. If you see the stochastic, this is rising. The MACD is extremely at highs here. Yes, these are the levels from which it generally reverses. Possibly it could continue to trade bullish today, and then tomorrow with the inflation data there could be a possibility of reversal. The RSI here is rising, which is a good sign for the bull. So considering, before I provide you the trading levels and strategy, did you realize how easily we can identify the profitable trades, and how important it is for us to have an understanding of the charts and indicators in order to find out a trade with the trend as well. If you also want to learn this art of trading, be a part of my 33rd mentorship batch starting first week of June. Yes, 32nd batch is starting this week, and there are a lot many queries already. We also only take limited entries, and thus reserve your seats now. It is very very important to invest in your learning first before you jump into the ocean here. Yes, 99% traders first lose in the markets and then try to learn. Do not repeat the same mistake. Join the mentorship batch and enjoy profiting throughout the life. Connect with me for your queries, and if you just want to trade as per the signals, be a part of my signals channel on Telegram. For your queries on signals, again, you can connect with me. And it is also very important to have a broker which is trustworthy, safe, with global presence, which offers a swap-free account with lowest spreads and no hidden charges, easier transactions and easier withdrawals from across the globe. You can find the recommended broker link also in the channel and video description. Now, considering this, I'll recommend you to buy here at 2480 levels, expect 25, 40, 600, 660, 710, and then 2800 possible. 2800 is also very much possible. These are markets, anything and everything is possible. Remember, if it can drop sharp, it can rise sharp as well. On the downside now, I'll recommend a selling entry at 20,400 levels, below which 2360, 2300, 2200 should be there. 20,200 should be a very good support here, even if tech 100 tries to drop. And below 20,200 there is no looking back. You can expect 20,000 levels, and below 20,000 levels is where we can expect a correction here, sharp correction. I do not expect this to happen, at least today here. Take your trades, take your positions accordingly. Let's move to Dow Jones. See, US 30 has already moved towards the next resistance at 41,800, and now it is very important for US 30 to break beyond 41,800, because beyond this the next destination is directly going to be 42,000 levels. Notice after the drop it is under retracement, it is finding it difficult to stay bullish, but once you see it is staying beyond 41,720, you can buy. Expect it to move again towards 41,800. The moving averages are now looking upwards and are staying bullish. Likewise with the indicators here, all are showing signs of bullishness. And on the 2-hour charts also similar observation. Only thing is it has to break beyond 41,800 in order to confirm the next round of rise. Connect this, you will find the next round of rise might take it all the way towards 42,250, 300 zone. Yes, the indicators are on an uptick here and are trading bullish. Likewise on the 3-hour chart, similar observation. Only worry point here is the diminishing bullishness. Only worry point is the upside resistance at 41,800. On the downside also, notice the support till towards 41,600 is pretty strong, and that is the only point below which you can expect slight bearishness towards 41,500 and 400. And if at all it trades below 41,400, you can confirm the bearishness here. Indicators are showing an up move, which is a good sign for the bulls, and the observation here on the 4-hour charts is also more or less same. Coming to the daily chart, on the daily chart similar observation. Notice see, higher lows are here, and thus at least till towards 41,400 levels we should not be treating this as bearish, and only if it trades below 41,400 and specifically below 41,000, you can say now US 30 is turning bearish, else it is still having bullishness intact here. Notice rise, retracement, then a stronger rise, now sideways. Now this could break out, and once it breaks out beyond 42,000, you can expect 42,250, 42,500, and in fact 43,000 levels possibly, which should be the next resistance zone. Stochastic, MACD, RSI all are rising. So looking at this, I will recommend you to buy at 41,720, expect 41,800. Once 41,800 is taken, the next milestone is towards 42,000, 42,250, and 42,500. And if that is also taken, 43,000 should not be far away. On the downside, take a selling entry at 41,650, 640 levels, expect 41,600, 41,500, 41,400. Any drop below 41,400 is a clear sign of bearishness here towards 41,200 and 41,000, and below 41,000 it should crash sharp. Trade accordingly. Let's move to Germany 40. Germany 40 on the hourly charts here. The support from the 20 period moving average is pretty strong, and with that as support we have seen a gap up today, and after the gap up it is trying to retrace. Now if you see it is staying beyond 20,700, 23,700 levels, you can buy here and expect 23,750, 760, and if that is taken, possibly we are looking at 23,800, 24, 23,900 levels. Beyond 23,900, sky is the limit on the upside. Moving average is looking upwards. Indicators are also bullish here, and yes, indicators have still room for further rise, be it the RSI, MACD or stochastic. On the 2-hour chart, similar observation here. Yes, after taking the support from the 20 period, it is trying to bounce. A move beyond 23,700 should be also a good indication for further rise. Be it the MACD, stochastic or RSI, all are showing a bit of rise. On the 3-hour chart, see diminishing bearishness, and thus once it trades beyond 23,700 now, expect 23,750, 760, or in fact higher levels possibly. Yes, after the support from the 20 period, it is trying to bounce back, which is a good sign for the bulls, all the way towards 23, or you can say 23,800 and 24,000 levels as well. Stochastic at top, the MACD and RSI both are showing a bit of rise, which is a good sign here. Coming to the 4-hour charts here, similar observation, nothing different. Right now it is trying to bounce back. Only buying entry has to be about 23,700 levels. Coming to the daily chart, On the daily charts, remember, it is given a gap up, it is delivering lower highs, and thus this confirms at least till towards 23,760 levels. Do not treat DAX is bullish. Once it trades beyond 23,760, you can confirm the bullishness here. You can expect it to move towards 23, 800, 820 at the first target, 23,900 as the next, and then 24,000 levels should be seen. On the downside, the selling entry now I'll recommend it Germany 40 is at 23,660, or rather I'll say 648 levels. Below this, expect 23,600 as the first target zone and 23,500 38, 23, 472 as the next targets. Below 23, 472, it is not going to come back. And I do not expect such a greater correction. At least, yes, this could try to retrace but and fill the gap, but do not completely reverse. And thus, this confirms at least till towards 23, 540, 550. You have to be careful with the sells today. In fact, let me include 23, 400, 480 and 500 as well. Trade accordingly. Let's move to Footsie 100. Footsie 100 after a gap up and a good rise, it has erased all the gains, it is closed lower, and it appears 8620 is the milestone it needs to break in order to confirm the bullish breakout. Moving average is crossing over here on the buy side, good sign here. Though the stochastic has dropped, the MACD is rising and the RSI is almost staying flat. On the 2-hour charts also, see now the 2050 period should offer a very good support, and thus till 8560 levels we should be careful with the sells, and I will say till 85 40 levels, which should also be a gap filling level here. Till 8540, do not treat this as bearish. So only selling entry in FTSE 100 is at 8560. Indicators have room here for further rise though, and likewise on the 3-hour charts, bit of consolidation here. If you see it is staying beyond 85 8600 levels, you can stay with the buys here. Indicators are showing an uptick. On the 4-hour charts, notice on the 4-hour charts it is retraced sharp, it is giving a breakout, and once it trades beyond 8620, no looking back here. 8650 is the first target, then 8700 should be there as the next targets here. Coming to the daily chart, on the daily charts, notice it is showing a reversal sign after a bit of retracement. It has given a gap up, and today if you see it is staying beyond 87 8620 levels, you can just stay bullish from there and expect it to move towards 8650, 8700, 8720 as well. Anything and everything is possible. These are markets. Notice it is delivering higher lows. It is a good sign for the bulls. The crossover in the moving average is again a very good sign for the bulls. So considering this, what I'll recommend a buying entry at 87, 85, 80, 85, 85 levels. Expect 8600, 8620, 8650, and if 8650 is taken, I think 8700, 8724 levels should be there. On the downside, take a selling entry at 8560, expect 8552, 8540, and if 8540 is taken, then 8520, 8500 should be there. Any drop below 8500 is a clear sign of a greater correction. Take your trades, take your positions accordingly. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Join my mentorship batch and signals channel. Reach out to me for your queries. Join the free Telegram channel for live market updates and the channel memberships here on YouTube to support the event. The next update will be released before the US session. Do not miss to watch it. Thank you. Have a great profitable trading day ahead. Thank you.